Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name's StepsBasic, and welcome back to my community show. So, today's Monday. That's weird. That's different. This isn't supposed to be on Monday. This is supposed to be on a Saturday, right? I know. For those of you who don't know, last week was annoying. I had to go to the doctor. It was actually a 6-month checkup sort of dealy, but I had to go twice because the first day was bad. My checkup went badly. Now, if you'll remember back to my previous community shows, when I talked about, first of all, the my New Year's resolution video, when I was talking about how I needed to go take better care of my health and whatnot, and actually go to the doctor to see about getting things taken care of. And also previously, when I was talking about memory issues I was having and whatnot, well, we might actually have an answer. First of all, long storied tale about how annoying it's been trying to get medical care in the time of what we've got going on now. I had never actually been in the doctor's office. Like when I went to get my brain scan and whatnot was the only other time I'd been to the doctor, and one other time for labs. I had never been in otherwise. And when I went in, I got all my labs taken care of, and I got my brain scanned, but nothing else. And my doctor was working with me to try to figure out, like, I got vitamin D. I was given vitamin D and whatnot, and so this was my actual first time in the doctor's office, actually seeing my doctor in person. Other times had just been via Zoom calls, essentially. Although the VA has its own little medical things, and so like after my doctor's appointment, which was on Tuesday, after that, I I got some bad news, which was that my blood pressure was incredibly high, and so I was diagnosed with hypertension, obviously, and that could be what causes all my brain issues too, all my memory and cognitive issues I've been having, which, while being got somewhat of a diagnosis, is also disturbing and sad in some ways. Now, I've been working on trying to get my health back together for a while because, well, I kind of let myself go for a little bit during the, that stuff that's going on these days. Because mostly it was just like I didn't go to my karate class anymore, and so it was hard. So I bought an exercise bike to keep myself in shape and working on it. And the exercise bike's good, but me on the exercise bike is not so good because it puts places to sleep that ought not be asleep, and it just feels wrong and it hurts. Without going too much into detail or oversharing so much. But anyway, so yeah, I hadn't been to the doctor. I actually seen the doctor in forever. And when I got my labs drawn, they didn't take my blood pressure. And when I got my brain scan, they didn't take my blood pressure. So, okay, big whoop, no big deal. So it was just not on anybody's brain, especially considering the fact that I do and have been working out. So we just never considered it as an issue. Now, of course, I had more symptoms popping up, like I was getting some lightheadedness and headaches, and my sleeping was terrible, and got really dizzy at one of my karate classes and almost passed out. That was great. So when I went to my doctor and they got notification about my blood pressure, like my first, they took it twice, obviously, because, white coat syndrome and whatnot. The first blood pressure that they took was 180 over 111, which, if you know anything about blood pressure, is hypertension levels. And the nurse was like, "I'm surprised you're not having a stroke right now." And I'm like, yay. So she's like, "Okay, you have a really bad high blood pressure, so we're going to let you calm down for a bit, and then I'm going to come in and take it again." And I'm like, okay. So she went away and she came back and like, calm down. Take 5 minutes to calm down. Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. So, she goes away, and then I had to go to the bathroom, so I poked my head out. I'm like, is there a bathroom around here? Because I've been holding in, because I had to do labs. And so she points me to the way to the bathroom. I went to the bathroom, then I came back, and then they did my blood pressure again. It was 164 over 101. Still way too high, because it needs to be, below 80 to be normal. The bottom number needs to be below 80. Top number needs to be below 120. Diastolic, systolic, and whatnot. Or sorry, systolic and diastolic. For those of you who don't know, the systolic pressure measures how much pressure is the blood pumping from your heart. So, like, if your heart's racing, your systolic pressure is going to be higher. So, like, right after you get out of an exercise or something, maybe you kiss that person that you've been in love with forever, and it's like, oh, love. Your heart starts beating really fast, so your systolic pressure will go up. And diastolic pressure is the pressure through your arteries, so the little ones through your body. Anyway, not really important unless you really want to know about blood pressure. But systolic should be below 120, diastolic should be below 80. Now, me being a big guy with anxiety issues, depression issues, my blood pressure is generally pretty high, elevated. Usually above 80. Usually above 140 for the systolic, but usually above 80 for the diastolic, which I don't really know what that means, but my heart beats really fast and hard. So, yeah. Being a big guy makes my blood pressure high all the time anyway. So that's fun. So, yeah, apart from all that, my doctor, he sent me home with a blood pressure cuff to take my blood pressure. And, one sec. One sec, I'm going to take this thing off. I need to take a shower. I'm kind of stinky right now. I haven't showered in a couple of days. Mostly because I haven't gone anywhere in a couple of days, so, so here is my cuff. Big old heckin' chonker of a thing. Yeah. This is really hard to do one-handed. I have to take my blood pressure at least once a day. And I'm gonna have another device to do it again later, but I'll talk about that in a second. So, I'm supposed to sit here, calm, palm up, and blood pressure. Because I'm talking a lot. My God. Because I'm a little worked up right now. My everything is higher than usual. I'm definitely going to have to calm down a little bit after this, which is kind of annoying. That is, so far that's the highest I've had it yet. So that's a good thing, right? 200 over 118 and an 89 pulse rate. All right, so that's where I'm sitting at right now with my my blood pressure right now, and it's so annoying. But I guess it's really a sign that I'm getting old. So right now, according to that, I'm very close to being a hypertensive crisis. Consult your doctor immediately. Very close to that. Now, my systolic is actually higher than it should be, higher than the hypertensive crisis, but my diastolic is low enough that it's not quite there yet. Don't exactly know what that means, but yay. So yeah, I'm dying and it's great. Sorry, hyperbolic. Sorry, I'm a little hyperbolic, but it has really hit me kind of hard. My doctor told me no more energy drinks, and He didn't specify anything about coffee, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't want me drinking coffee anymore. I kind of lied a little bit and said that he didn't mention coffee, so I could switch to coffee, right? But the fact that I said that I mostly drink energy drinks probably clued him into the fact that coffee wasn't the issue. So switching to coffee probably wouldn't help matters any. He also told me to calm down on my workouts a bit. Now, he said just stick to light cardio, walking, riding the bike, etc. And I feel like if I hadn't mentioned that I got dizzy and almost passed out at karate, that he probably wouldn't have told me this, but he said, lay off the karate for a bit. And I want to go back to karate, and I miss it, and I feel bad, especially since I'm technically training to become a teacher for it eventually. And this is just going to set me back even further. But my doctor set me up with this telehealth thing, which is going to help a bit, because I don't have to go in, and they're going to send me basically an iPad that I'm going to be able to use to monitor my blood pressure, and it automatically just send them the information, so I won't have to keep meeting with them. But I do have a number of more appointments I have to do, and so we're going to be trying to get that down. My weight is higher than it's been in forever. I actually reached 100 or 300 pounds, which is something I was proud to say I had never reached before, but I'm up over 300 pounds now. Well, I mean, technically, if you want to factor out all my clothes, I'm probably less than 300, but just a little bit, because I hit exactly 300 on the scale. 300 point some random number. So definitely, if you factor out my clothes, I'm less than 300, but to see that number on the scale was just not encouraging. If you factor in the fact that I've also been putting on muscle, then it's not as bad as it feels, but seeing that number on there really just hit me in the heart, which is not good because I'm having high blood pressure problems. Don't hit me in the heart. I need the blood pressure to go down, not up, and you're stupid. But yeah, they have a list of things that can be controlled. Things like cigarette smoking, exposure to secondhand smoke, diabetes, being obese or overweight. I don't have diabetes yet, but it does run in my family, so yeah. High cholesterol. I don't know where my cholesterol's at right now. I did just do the labs, so I should get information about that soon. Unhealthy diet. I can control my sodium and my potassium a bit more, or drinking too much. I don't drink alcohol at all, so that's not it. And physical inactivity. I am better at physical activity. I've been doing a lot more of it, but I feel like I've been pushing myself a bit too much. Factors that can't be modified are family history, race, ethnicity, increasing age, gender, men's, chronic kidney disease. I don't think I got that. And I do have sleep apnea, which could be a contributing factor. So what does this all equate to? How's this going to affect the channel, and why am I talking to you about it? Well, honestly, because I wanted to talk about it. It's not really going to affect the channel any, at least not to my knowledge. I got to focus a bit more on taking care of myself, which may mean I need to get up and move a lot more, which may mean I might not have as many videos out. But I mean, as far as everything's concerned, I think I can still manage it. I might want to move my workouts to later in the evening though, because I don't always get to them in the mornings, because I got to record, got to edit, got to upload. So I might switch around my schedule a little bit so that I'm getting my exercise in. But apart from that, I don't think it's really going to see much effect on the channel. But factoring in the fact that I'd mentioned my memory issues, cognitive issues, and whatnot, and plus the other symptoms, I figured I might as well, make a video talking about it. And I'm following through on my my medical things. Like I talked about that bump on my chest. I got an X-ray for that. Actually, the same day I went and got my labs done, I got the X-ray, and that was fun because I was a little bit too tall, and the X-ray tech had to make me squat down a bit so that she could, X-ray my chest. because one of the first picture was a little too off the chart. So she's like, "It needs a little bit," which is funny because the thing moves up and down. So it's like, I feel like she could have just moved the thing. Yeah. But anyway, apart from that, I have, but you haven't seen yet, I have beaten pre-sequel and Borderlands 2 now. So next week we'll be able to start up on Borderlands 3, and that'll be exciting because I haven't played that one yet. So it's going to be new stuff. And yeah, that's all my announcements, all my medical stuff, and I just wanted to say thank you for your patience and thank you for your support. I'm hopefully going to be feeling better soon. I've got 2 months of appointments scheduled out, so we'll see how those go. Most of them, like all of them, are actually online and through the phone, so I don't have to leave the house. But yeah, apart from all that, thank you again for your support and your patience with this annoyance, and hopefully we'll be able to get everything AJ squared away, as it were. I'm getting old. Blood pressure's just not controlled like it used to be. And yeah. But anyway, apart from all that, thank you all so much for joining me for this community show. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and if you did, just go and poke that like button for me. If you'd like to see more from me, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and of course, as always, you're more than welcome to leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, when I can, if I can, all that jazz. And tune in next time for another community show where we talk about something else. And until then,